Alright. Hello there, everybody. Welcome on back. Uh, I always try to take some extra time before I start the stream to try and fiddle with the sound to make it sound a little bit better, more manageable, some nicer. But I think what I'm really missing is like a mixer or something. But the desk economy in the current setup is already... Yeah. Anyway, so that's not going to happen anytime soon. But anyway, that is beside the point. Welcome back to another Stay Night Unlimited Bladeworks. Nothing else really to say, so why don't we just head right on in? Let's see if the gang can pull off another rescue. February 13th, Unlimited Bladeworks. Night, stay, night. Before that, there's just one more conversation. Just as they exit the forest and when the sky is beginning to lighten up, before they go to the church, she informs him of the fact that she has kept hidden. I'll tell you right now, there's only one of the pendant that you gave back to me. She does not tell him what that means, and he does not inquire about it. It is because such matters are unnecessary when they're about to face their greatest enemy. Caster. The one and only pendant. The one he found in her room and returned to her. The one he found that night and put into his desk. Now is not the time to ask her about the contradiction. That's all I need to tell you. The pendant you found in my room is something Archer returned to me on the day you were attacked by Lancer. Though he went and picked it up I thought he went and picked it up for me. The decisive battle is near. The tall church can be seen on the horizon. Tosaka says she wants to confirm, one last time. Our roles are already set. Lancer will draw Archer and Saber away from Caster. We will use that opening to attack Caster. Lancer asks ironically if we would be able to beat her by ourselves. To that... Yeah, I'm sure I can outwit Caster if I fight a one-on-one with her. Tosaka answers with confidence. I don't know what she means by outwitting her. She didn't tell us even when we asked, so it must be a plan that will have a lower success rate if we know about it. What was that rule? The law of unspoken plan guarantee? Something like that? Anyway, what I need to do is fulfill Tosaka's demand. With all my might, I will keep Kuzuki from protecting Caster. If I need them, I'll project his swords as many times as necessary. I close my eyes and dive inside myself. The magic circuit inside of me is stable. Magic beyond one ability will destroy the Caster. Half of my body became numb the first time. It was easy and nothing really happened to me the second time. There's no guarantee that the third time will be the same, but I don't think it's a problem to project his swords. My body is stable. The magic circuit that was hard to even construct is easily activated now. It's like there's a fake nerve behind my real nerves, and they are reversible with the push of a button. I'm trying to convince myself that it's because I've gotten used to it. I can easily prepare the swords. Projection has become my primary weapon. It's a big improvement over 10 days ago. It's not my only magic. My sword technique has improved as well. The reason behind it. No. I try not to think about the reason. It's more important to beat Caster and take back Saber. Asking myself stupid questions can come after the battle. The headache gets stronger as I near the church. It's just like when I was looking for Tosaka, but I avoid thinking about that. The morning light is gray. The sun is blocked off by clouds, obscuring the dawn's brightness. The sky above is gloomy. The sky is more gray than black, and it reminds me of that time 10 years ago. It should rain soon. an impure gray sky. Beneath it stands that man. I knew you would come, considering your personality. He stares at her with cool eyes. Tosaka doesn't say anything and stares back at him. So, what's the plan you've prepared? You're not the type to come attack without one. Yeah, I'll be fighting you. I'm surprised. You made a contract with a new servant already? Man, I know I'm not one to talk, but you're pretty fickle. Switching sides may have been a good idea after all. I don't care, Shiro. Don't let him provoke you. She stops me and still staring at Archer. But it's obvious looking at her face. She knows he's baiting her, but his words still hurt. Heh, I didn't like you from the start, but it seems you're rotten to the core. Oh, does betrayal irritate you, Lancer? And you're not even the one who got betrayed. How faithful of you, dog. I'm not supporting that young lady over there. I just don't like servants like you. A hero's pride, huh? Man, everyone always says the same thing. Even Caster had such a ridiculous thing. What good is honor once you're dead? I honestly can't understand how you people think. You don't have to. I'll make it easy so you don't have to think about it. There's no more need for words. All that remains is the intent to kill. With Lancer's sharp and Archer's calm. They're about 10 meters apart. The confrontation of the knights in blue and red is just like that night. Lancer. Oh, Lancer. Tosaka calls out to the blue-black back. You two go inside. I'll catch up once I beat him. I know, but Lancer, Archer is... Yeah, I go easy on him. I need him to crawl and beg your forgiveness. He speaks without turning and grinning at Archer. Thanks. I'm glad you're the one who came to help us. We go around to the two and head to the church. The guard, Archer, lets us through, unchallenged. No. He has to let us through. Archer's already confronting Lancer. Lancer will pierce him if he lets us distract him. He can either attack us and leave himself open to Lancer, or he can fight Lancer and let us go. If he really is guarding this place, the choice should be obvious. I mean, Lancer's a dangerous one, kind of. We run around the courtyard and open the door to the church without hesitation. Behind us... Man, this is troublesome. What is Lancer? Well, I can't go easy after she makes a face like that. That's troubling, right? She's a great master, but I'm not one that can really readily betray my master. You're too easygoing, Lancer. Do you know the saying, grass is always greener on the other side? What are you saying? There's no way I know such a phrase! We don't have much time. We'll beat Caster before their match is decided. I know. Let's cut the talk from now on. You're sure you're okay with fighting Caster alone? Yeah, I'm sure I'll be thoroughly cornered, but don't help me. You can just concentrate on keeping Kuzuki-sensei away as long as possible. We go past the main area and head to the door leading to the courtyard. I won't hesitate if Tosaka says so. But I don't know if it's possible for me to back Tosaka up even if she is cornered. My opponent's Kuzuki. I won't be able to dodge his attacks if I'm paying attention to Tosaka. Caster's presence is getting closer. The church is filled with her magical energy. She must not be hiding her powers anymore. I bet she already knows about our raid. Trace. On. They carefully knit together the illusion using 8 steps. I'm getting the hang of it. His swords are in my hands within a minute. Ooh, I feel a light headache. even though I'm getting used to it, it takes a toll on my body. Projection's damaging my body deeper than I realize. Was it my imagination? I think Tosaka hung her head for a second. No time to worry about it now, though. We go down through the darkness. We run through the stairs and come out into an open area. And after that, we jump down the temple like I did before. Oh, you guys are like monkeys jumping down like that. I didn't know why you're in such a hurry, but use the stairs if you're human. We land in the temple. It was supposed to be a surprise attack, but apparently Caster greets us with composure. Kuzuki Soichiro is standing next to Caster. I don't feel any enmity or bloodlust. That's his battle posture. His clear, murderous intent is hiding from the scariness of that man. In that regard, he's more like an assassin than the assassin servant. Saber's on top of the altar. She's just like she was 2 days ago. Wow, she's really holding out. Saber hangs there, her head bowed. I'm relieved you made it, but on the other hand, I'm worried about why she's so quiet. I think Saber was in pain before. She was shivering and gasping, resisting Caster's magic with all her might. But she's dead silent now. I have a bad feeling. It's great that Assassin's not here, but if this bad feeling comes true, we won't get out of this alive. I'm here, Caster. I thought about it thoroughly, but I've decided to have you eliminated. You're an eyesore. You get in my way, you annoy me, and I hate the way you look. You're like some backwoods hag with that purple robe of yours. Tosaka insults Caster, hoping to break her composure. She slowly closes the distance between them as she talks, radiating confidence she probably doesn't really feel. I shouldn't be concerned about Saber either. Tosaka's facing Caster by going counterclockwise, so I'm going to walk clockwise. Caster and Kuzuki, if we're to separate them, we have to attack from different sides and isolate our enemies. Letting you go seems to have given the wrong impression. Why are mages so reckless nowadays? No wonder Archer gave up on you. Tosaka's insults must have worked as Caster's glaring at her. I move while she does so. I move to the other side of Tosaka, to a place where I can attack Caster from behind. Kuzuki watches me in silence. Thought so. There's no way that this man would not notice our trick. Kuzuki knows what's going on. But we are trying to isolate our enemies, and the Tosaka has some plan. Even with that in mind, he's letting Caster do as she wishes. It's not that Kuzuki is controlled by Caster. He's acting of his own free will. But still, his passivity is like that of a puppet. Like he doesn't really have much thought put into his character at all. A servant skilled in magic is the backup, and a master skilled in hand-to-hand combat. Their roles are reversed, and I think their natures are reversed too. Caster seeks the Holy Grail frantically, while Master protects her without question. That makes me think. What if Caster was the master, and Kuzuki was the servant who protected her? Maybe they wouldn't have fallen so low if that were the case. Tosaka glances at me. It means our positions are perfect. Then, the match will be settled when either one of us attacks. It doesn't matter if we get defeated or if Tosaka beats Caster before that. Our fight will end right here. Well, let us start. This is the third time I fought you, so I'm getting tired of seeing your face. So I'll set it this right here. Tosaka takes a step towards Caster. You're talking big. I doubt this, but please do not tell me you honestly believe you can beat me. In that case, we don't even need to fight. I'll let you go again so that you can fix that brain of yours. Of course I can beat you. Isn't that right? There's no way a first-class mage like me will lose to a third-rate mage like you. I see. I guess it can't be helped. It seems I need to discipline that arrogant mouth of yours, little lady. They get ready at the same time. With a few meters between them, they act like mirror images. That's the signal. I attack the defenseless caster. And of course, I'm stopped by Kuzuki, the ghost-like assassins in front of me. I can't spare any attention for Caster or Tosaka's fight. He knows what I intend to do. He will not let me buy time. Letting out the snake, that even-cornered saber, Kuzuki Soichiro, comes to take my life. I can hold him off for a minute at most. It should be the same for Tosaka, but originally, with our opponents reversed, we had no chance of victory. Close-range fighting or magic, we have no way to beat our opponents who surpass us in that skill. But looking at it the other way, we can at least put up a fight. Tosaka would be killed in an instant if she fought Kuzuki. I'd be killed in an instant if I fought Caster. In contrast, we might not be able to win, but we won't be killed in an instant with this matchup. So in other words, this battle is not about how to beat one's opponent. Instead, this is a contest to see how long we can hold off opponent's superior skill. Meanwhile, Interlude 14-1. The two weapons clash. Twin swords and lance, the attacks are executed to take their wielders' necks. There's no hesitation in those attacks. Each strike is meant to kill. Even Lancer makes no exceptions. Even though he told Tosaka Rin, his ally, that he would go easy, that becomes secondary once the battle starts. It merely means that if the lance happens to miss Archer's heart, and if it does not kill him instantly, he'll refrain from finishing Archer off on the spot. Even in that case, his animal will die in due time. The Lancer just needs to drag him to Tosaka before that happens. Lancer does not care what happens after that. Jesus Christ, look at him go. The red demonic lance invades the enemy's territory. The lance breaks through Archer's defense each time it is thrust. It's not like that knight. Archer cannot block Lance's attacks now that he could then. It's only natural. This is their second battle. Lancer was under the command spell's bind. To learn his enemy's strengths, his master told Lancer, "Fight against everyone, but do not defeat them. Survive your first battle against any opponent." That is the only order he was given. He has followed such an unreasonable command, and this is his first battle without any binds. Therefore, it cannot be like that last battle. There's nothing binding Lancer, and Archer is now forced to fight the fastest heroic spirit. A strained voice escapes Archer's mouth. Even his hawk-like eyes cannot follow Lancer's spear. The lance's movement is a point to start with, and it is a flash of light now. He cannot discern the lance coming at him. Even Lancer's movements are becoming invisible now. He has been able to block such attacks until now because he has experienced them in a previous battle. He's doing what he can, using his inferiority as a weapon to block Lancer's furious onslaught. He's controlling where the attacks come from. The Knight in Red limits the oncoming attacks by leaving fatal openings. Of course, he'll die if he does not dodge the attacks. But if he can choose between instant death and getting slowly cut up, he prefers to risk instant death. Otherwise, it'll all have been for nothing. Fortunately, Lancer is still taking Archer lightly. Or rather, he's lost the joy of battle. If they're to keep on assaulting each other like this, he can think of another 30 ways to show an opening. Prediction using the information obtained, planned using cultivated battle experience. Those are the nerves of steel, the mind's eye that one obtains through training. This is nothing extraordinary. This is the only skill he possesses. It's not innate like Saber's instinct, but is a simple weapon that anyone can gain through hard work. Lancer backs off and stops for a bit. He looks at the red Archer over, as though dissatisfied. It's obvious who's going to win. Archer has no chance of victory in hand-to-hand combat. That has been obvious from the start. If Archer's an archer, like his name states, this can't be a match unless he's shooting from a long range. But still, he's blocking the attacks. He's inferior and should not last a few more blows, but he blocked Lancer's full force attacks. Is Archer strong, or is Lancer going easy on him? He laughs. Archer's a mysterious servant. You can admit that Archer's strong in that regard. But it is unthinkable for Lancer to be going easy. The first attack was aimed at the neck to chop his head off. The second attack was aimed at the heart to destroy his body. He can't be going easy. He shouldn't be, but it's certainly true that he wasn't trying to kill Archer. How does one know this sort of fight is serious? A battle between servants is a battle between noble phantasms. The fact that he is fighting Archer without using his proof is proof that he's going easy on him. The reason behind it must be the thanks he heard earlier. Damn, you kidding me? The weapons clash harder than before. The two spring apart in a shower of sparks. The full force attack by Lancer is nullified by the full force attack of Archer. They're about 5 meters apart now. It is the distance Lancer can close in an instant. I don't get it. The spearman in blue murmurs. You switched to caster side even though you're this strong? You and Rin would have had no trouble with the caster. Lancer stops emitting murderous intent, but there's no opening in his stance. At that, Archer smiles a bit. I'm surprised. You're still saying such things? Lancer, I chose the path that has the highest possibility of victory. I do not care what Rin thinks, but I'm sure there's no better plan than this. He speaks confidently, with no sign of guilt. The knight in red shows no regret about betraying his master. I see. I guess it was stupid of me to ask. Archer agrees. Lancer snorts and slowly raises the tip of his lance. You're certainly good at fighting. Your tactics will get you through many battles. But that is not the right way. Your swords are lacking in pride. His fighting spirit roars up. Even faced with this, the archer in red still smiles. Fortunately, I do not have any pride. But what about it? Will the name of the hero be disgraced? Ha! Don't make me laugh, Lancer. You can wash away disgrace with results. You can feed your meaningless pride to the dogs. In an instant, the slightly relaxed atmosphere changes. The air freezes. The magical energy to disturb the order of the world, the demonic lance that inverts cause and effect is raised. His murderous intent is incomparable to the previous ones. Though the tension must make it difficult even to breathe. You said dog, Archer? The blue-armored spearman growls in a voice that could drive the crows from the battlefield. Yes, Kukule. If you have pride as a hero, you should get rid of it right now. Well said. Then you can die first. Lancer jumps back at a great distance. It's no longer a matter of thrusting his lance. There are over 100 meters between them now. Lancer leapt back to the entrance of the clearing, crouches on all fours like a beast. Archer's senses freeze. Is it fear or awe? Either way, Archer understands right away. The meaning of Lancer's retreat. He knows that his enemy's next attack is literally a fatal attack. You know about Gay Balg's ability, right? Lancer, with his limbs on the ground, raises his waist. It's just like a sprinter waiting for the signal gun. Archer has no reply to spare. The knight in red throws away his swords and immerses himself in his own mind. But will he make it? Lancer's posture. If his demonic lance is just like the legend, a noble phantasm to block it without anything could not be anything superficial. Here I come. Take this attack as your farewell gift! The Blue Panther runs. Even his afterimage is a blur. Lancer speeds to Archer like a whirlwind. There are 100 meters between them. Lancer's not going to thrust his lance using that whole distance to gain speed. The blue figure crouches. After running 50 meters in an instant, the spearman suddenly leaps up from the ground. His body flies through the air. He holds the demonic lance, said to always pierce the heart once it is thrust over his head. Space distorts. According to legend, that lance scatters numerous spearheads once it is released. In other words, gay! The lance of Causali joins the words to form a tapestry of action. The spearman in blue arches his back as if drawing a bow. Bulg! And he smashes down the attack with a roar. This noble phantasm is a throwing attack by nature. A lance that never misses the heart. A cursed noble phantasm that cannot be avoided and will attack the enemy even if it misses. That is Gay Bulg, Lance of Destruction, possessed by the hero that never lost in his lifetime. It is hurled using all of Lancer's magical energy and can be neither dodged nor blocked. Therefore, it is fatal. There's no way for anyone to survive once they are targeted by the demonic lance. The bullet approaches. In a split second, the knight in red closes his eyes as if accepting his death. I am the bone of my sword. The thorn of light blazes forth, and right before the thorn of destruction coming from the heavens strikes Archer, roar, ice! Its true name shakes the very air as it is spoken. It's like a blossom. The lance crashes into the shield. The lance of death that penetrates every wall and outmaneuvers any evasion. That lance has been stopped. Radiating a storm of heat, the lance of sure kill is stopped by Archer's noble phantasm. The 7 flower petals appear from empty space and shield Archer from the demonic bullet. Is it 7? Who would know? This shield is ice, the only shield said to have repelled the javelin of the great hero in the Trojan War. There are 7 barriers shaped like flower petals, and each layer is as strong as a castle wall. It is a bounded field noble phantasm that is said to be invincible against projectile weapons. A thrown lance will be defeated by this shield without penetrating even one of its petals. At the very least, Archer doesn't know of a lance that can penetrate this shield. But the lance of sure kill drills through the shields like it is nothing. 6. The 6th petal is destroyed. Only one remains. The demonic lance reaches the 7th layer that has never been broken. The unstoppable thorn of the demonic lance. In the face of that power, with a roaring spirit, Archer puts all of his magical energy into the noble phantasm. After landing, Lancer glares at the servant in front of him. Archer has wounds all over his body. His raised arm is barely attached. His face is strained in pain, not only from the wounds on the arm, but also from the agony in his head. I'm surprised. I didn't think that there was a weapon that could... Oh, I'm surprised. I did not think that there was a weapon that could penetrate the ice. The lance is stronger than the original Gungnir. The knight in red praises the spearman in blue from the bottom of his heart. But Lancer does not hear him. His strongest attack, the attack that made him a hero, has been blocked. He's so angry that his glare could kill someone, but the anger is almost erased by his wonder. This is too strange. It is true that Archer is a mysterious servant. His identity is unknown. He carries twin swords even though he's an archer, and now he knows a shield that can even block Lancer's strongest attack. It's absurd. There's no such hero on this planet. Who are you? I'm just an archer. Your analysis was not incorrect. Bullshit! An archer would not have a shield to block a noble phantasm. I guess you can, under the right circumstances. But this is the result. I used up most of my magical energy, one of my arms is destroyed, and the ice is shattered. Man, that was the greatest protection I had. Lancer only glares at Archer. Then... More importantly, have you noticed, Lancer? It seems Caster's in trouble. She's no longer supervising us. Archer raises both his hands as if in surrender. I see. I knew it. That was your intention from the start, huh? Of course, I told you, right? I will only take the route with the greatest chance of success. I really do hate you. Saying so, Lancer turns his back to Archer. His work is done. His role of keeping Archer busy is meaningless now. There's no more need for him to side with Tosaka Rin. The spearman in blue starts to walk away and lays down on the grass to wait and see. I desperately parry the oncoming fists. Kuzuki's fists are live snakes. Even if I barely dodge them, they change their paths to come bite me. That's why Saber was seriously wounded. Saber was bitten by Kuzuki's snakes because she had the reflexes to dodge them. But I don't have such reflexes. I can't dodge them, and first of all, I can't even see his fists. I can't dodge them when I can't even see his fists. Gah! My shoulder. Kuzuki's fist grazed my left collarbone. Ha! Gah! It's just like a bush hammer. It feels as if my shoulders are being crushed and I almost dropped my swords. I bear it and parry the fist going for my temple using the sword in my right hand. I desperately retreat. I pitifully retreat while Kuzuki closes in, not revealing any hints of how he advanced. I shudder at his stance. I won't be able to withstand the next attack. It's miraculous that I was able to parry the attacks until now. It doesn't feel real. I'd hoped that I'd be able to protect myself and buy time for Tosaka until she defeated Caster, but such hope has disappeared after I took the first blow. Kuzuki Soichiro took our previous battle into account. I was able to fend off Kuzuki as he attacked Tosaka back then, so I thought I'd be able to fend him off again if I had Archer's twin swords. But in other words, it means that I won't be able to do anything without them. Kuzuki knows that. What he did first in this battle was to try and take away the swords. The sword on my right hand is destroyed. The fist, strengthened with Caster's magic, shatters my sword in a few blows. Trace on! And immediately reproduce the short sword. I can't hope for high results with a forced projection, a quickly prepared sword. As a result, the twin swords start to lose their precision. I can't breathe right. I frantically block Kuzuki's fist with the short swords. I just follow the twin swords. In copying Archer, Emiyashiro's limbs have far exceeded the limits of his body. And then there's this headache. Something is scraped away inside of me every time I project something. It's not the sensation of using up magical energy. It feels like my precious magic circuits are disappearing, one by one, every time I make a sword. I'm almost all out. I might be able to make 2 more? I'll die when my magical energy runs out. But first of all, can I stay alive until my magical energy runs out? I'm flung away. Kuzuki's right fist, the fist he hasn't been using, was suddenly thrust like a lance. I shielded my chest with my blades. In that instant, my swords were destroyed, and the impact flung me away. I felt something hard on my back. I guess I was pushed back about 5 meters? Ha! I try to draw breath and realize that I can't. The penetrating impact has numbed my heart. I can't breathe and I can't move. It's only for a few seconds. In the few moments it takes my heart to resume its work. The devil approaches. This is it. This man could kill me if I drop my guard for only a second. With me like this, he has time to do it 6 times over. I glare at the enemy. Even if my limbs won't move, there's something I can do. First of all, I'm not suited for melee combat. Shiro's weapons has always been his magic. Then, it's not over yet. My role is to keep Kuzuki busy. I can't give up without fulfilling my role. Huh? The sound didn't come right in front of me. The image of the sword disappears from my mind. Kuzuki, who was approaching to twist off my neck, stops. Something's happening behind him. It happened to Caster with the altar behind her. Interlude 14-2. Tosaka is also at a disadvantage. No, her burden is greater, and she fully understands the difference in their powers. I wouldn't even know how to begin pronouncing that. Caster points her finger with a composed expression. The magic is Arrow, Plague Wind. Caster doesn't need to cast her magic. For a witch that lived in the Age of Gods, incantations are unnecessary to connect herself with the world. Caster is always surrounded by divine mysteries of ancient lore. For Caster, magic is something she commands. It's just like ordering her guard dog to attack. Acht! She nullifies it with her treasure jewel. She does not have the time to cast a spell, and she cannot match Caster with simple magic from her magic crest. Their skills as mages are far apart in heaven and earth. To bridge that gap, she must use the power that she spent a long time gathering. Crystallization of magical energy that she has stored since she was born as a mage. For this battle, she prepared to use all 9 jewels remaining from the original 10. You're doing well. I didn't think you had such a trump card, little lady. Even though her magic is nullified by pure magical energy, Caster keeps her smile. Caster can continue using magic indefinitely, while the girl must oppose Caster using jewels as amplifiers. The difference between them is self-evident. No matter how many jewels she may have, it cannot be more than 10 or 20. There's no way Caster can be defeated with such a small arsenal. Shivan! She nullifies the electric charge with the 7th jewel. She has 6 jewels left. With 6 more spells from Caster, her last resort will be exhausted. Oh, you cleanly block them. You really are cute. You do not have to use up the whole jewel if you're only protecting yourself. She does not react to the giggling voice and takes out another jewel to get ready for the next attack. As Caster says, the jewel won't break if she uses it to protect only herself. The jewel should be able to protect her about 3 times. But she can't do that. Caster's magic covers the whole temple once it is cast. Kuzuki should be protected by Caster, but he is an exception. If she cannot nullify Caster's spell before it is completed, Shiro, who is keeping Kuzuki Soichiro busy, will burn and die. Therefore, it is meaningless to protect just herself. She cannot allow him to die like that. And besides, the whole plan revolves around Shiro keeping Kuzuki busy. Oh, will you keep protecting him? that's good faith, but how long will it last? The result is clear if all you do is defend. Caster moves her finger. Now I may not know German, but I'm gonna give it my best college try, man. Sech, ein Fluss, and Halt. She makes the first move this time. Her jewels will run out and she will be killed if she keeps defending. Caster's magic and her jewels. The magical energy contained in them is the same, so it means she can beat Caster if she can make the first move. But there's no way to exceed Caster's spellcasting. If Tosaka Rin is the fastest because she can perform magic directly by releasing the jewels, Caster is also the fastest, as she's capable of creating divine mysteries with one word. There is no first move in their battle. This is merely a clash of power against power. The first one to run out of magical energy will die. Then... 5, 3, 4. Der Rising und brennt das ist und. She just needs to force her way through. I'm not even going to try and bother doing the German in her voice. If you were hoping for that, stop. She unleashes a barrage of jewels to penetrate Caster's magical energy. Jewels 5, 3, and 4 are released in succession. Moreover, she uses the treasured 4th jewel to add a synergistic effect. This magic is beyond her limits. You can't use magic surpassing your own level. The one who said so is breaking the rule to execute this attack. The attack will destroy not only the temple, but the whole church if Caster doesn't defend against it. But the witch in purple blocks it like it's nothing. No, she didn't just nullify it. Caster has swallowed all of her magical energy inside of her robe. Tosaka stands there in astonishment. Behind her, she can hear the sound of his defeat. Sounds of breaking swords and his body slamming against the wall. The match is about to be settled. She has nothing she can do, and her body sways. She staggers forward as if overwhelmed by despair. Oh, is this it? You still have more jewels, right? Why don't you keep going until you'd run out? She has no spirit to answer her, no matter how many jewels she may have. That was her greatest attack. If even that attack is useless, then she cannot hurt Caster, even if she has 100 jewels. I see. It seems you finally realized that you won't be a match no matter what you do. But it was fun. It's been a while since I last competed in magic. Yes, you have value, just because of that. She stops herself from falling, holds her nausea with her hand, and glares at Caster. Is it vexing? But this is reality. Actually, you should be rather proud. Even though I did play with you, you forced me to compete in magic. Then Caster points at her, as if to pronounce her death sentence. Disappear. It is a matter of time before that boy loses against my master. Let us finish before that. Caster slowly whispers her death. That opening. She's been waiting for this. Stuck. Grossvoi. She only needs to say one phrase to release it. She hangs her head and smiles as she murmurs. Interlude. Out. Huh? I doubt my own eyes for a second. Tosaka and Caster. Their battle of magic is ended with Tosaka's defeat. Tosaka slowly staggers forward, as if asking for Caster's forgiveness, and Caster released her magic to finish her off. At that instant, Tosaka nullified the magic. That's fine. It's not surprising. The surprise came after that. Tosaka charged in and attacked Caster. Like physically. Oh gosh. Tosaka throws herself into hellfire. Nullifying the magic and using it as a cover, she attacks Caster. Caster's surprise is that of a mage. She could not have predicted that a mage, defeated in magic, would attack with bare hands. I didn't expect it either. Neither did I. So it must likely be heresy for Caster, who is an excellent mage. And it's not just some desperate move. Tosaka closes in and hits Caster in the chest with a move from Chinese martial arts. I think it's Bachi Quan? Yeah, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's kind of what it looks like. A shattering sound. Tosaka's fist must be strengthened like Kuzuki's, as her attack easily penetrates Caster's defense. You're a mage and you're fighting barehanded? Sorry, but self-defense is required knowledge for mages nowadays. Oh shit! She's going to town! I'm fascinated by her combination. Tosaka drops after the first attack. Putting her hands on the floor, she sinks below Caster's knees. To Caster, who lacks any experience in hand-to-hand combat, it must look like Tosaka disappeared. She executes a strong sweep. Holy shit. She lashes out her foot with all her might as if to cut off Caster's legs. Her feet swept from beneath her, Caster lands on her back. But it doesn't end. After the sweep, Tosaka gets up with her back turned to Caster, uses the turning momentum to attack with her elbow. Does she give her the people's elbow? Take this! Stopping her turning, Tosaka punches with all in her weight. Holy shit. Caster's body is knocked away. Take the punch directly. Caster smashed into the wall like I was. Holy shit. Tosaka's rock at her socks! With her back to the wall, Caster moans dizzily. Gotcha! They're separated. Tosaka kicks at the ground to cover the few meters in between them. The match is settled. Caster can't move and her wound seems fatal. The battle only lasted a moment. The match is decided within 5 seconds after I was smashed into the wall by Kuzuki. Caster doesn't have the energy to fight back. Tosaka runs to Caster with saber-like speed and executes her finishing blow. Strengthening of a few seconds using magic. Tosaka intended to fight Caster like this from the start. Caster only saw a mage in Tosaka. She challenged Caster at magic so she could achieve her one-time surprise attack. And the plan worked. Hell yeah it did. Caster's been deceived and is lost completely. Tosaka has won the battle. Yeah. I don't know who's talking. No, that's a Tosaka. If not for this man's monstrous ability. There you go. That's who I thought it was, yeah. If Tosaka ran to Caster like a hurricane, he ran like the devil's wind. Whatever difference that may be. No way! Tosaka stops. Kuzuki Soichiro, the one who was in front of me until now, is standing in front of Caster. He flash shipped, basically. Oh. Tosaka moves. The instant Tosaka feels death, jumps back and shields herself. Kuzuki's attack that blew me away strikes Tosaka in the face. Oh no. She guarded her face with both her arms and jumped back, but she still sent flying. Tosaka smashes into the wall opposite me, her arms dangling as if broken. You lost your chance. Your lack of experience shows in your inability to kill after 4 strikes. He speaks plainly. But that's not Tosaka's fault. The reason she lost her chance is because of me. If I'd kept Kuzuki busy, Tosaka could have beaten Caster. This is my fault. My weak fighting skills were unable to stand up to Kuzuki's ability, and our once-in-a-lifetime opportunity was lost. Caster regains consciousness. Fuck. Protected by Kuzuki, Caster looks around the temple. This is it. The surprise attack won't work on Caster anymore. Tosaka's tired and I can only project 2 more swords. If Caster uses her in this situation, we will never make it out of here alive. I thank you, Master. I would have been defeated without you. You do not need to flatter me. Just get saber. We cannot take them lightly. Yes, that is a good decision, Master. Caster points to the woman on the altar. The visible binding of the curse. And when Caster tries to release it... Yes, if only you had done it a few seconds sooner. I don't know who's talking. Above me. Oh! I hear a soft voice from the stairs leading up. It is Caster that notices this strange event first. Kuzuki doesn't even notice. It's because Kuzuki cannot detect magical energy. Caster moves. Above her master. Above Kuzuki Soichiro's head. Oh shit. Are floating numerous swords and at least one lance. Soichiro! She must have figured out that her injuries will prevent her from blocking them with magic. Caster uses her body to protect her master. Trace on! The murmuring voice from above says those words. The sounds end. The swords appearing in midair come down on one target and pierce one body. The numerous blades rip and tear the meat, then disappear like an illusion. What's left are traces of blood. It, having become a shield of her own free will, she now turns her bloody body to the man behind her. Kuzuki is silent. In front of him is the skewered servant. Maybe there's no need to hide it now. The robe is removed from her head, and the woman walks over to her master with a bare face. She's kind of elfy. Her body's collapsing. With a dying body, the woman looks up at her master, who has not twitched a brow. Her slender finger runs across his expression on his face. Oh, are you okay, Master? Her voice seems clear. There's no change in Kuzuki. He only answers with a simple yes, and does not even look at Caster. Good. It would have troubled me if you had died. She looks as if it is fine. No. The woman smiles, knowing what kind of man he is. But this is cruel. I have finally found a wish. The fingers running along his cheek fall down. Beginning at her toes, Caster's body is disappearing. You do not have to grieve. I will make your wish come true. She smiles at the simple answer. Oh. She smiles as if seeing a short-lived dream. That's impossible. Because my wish... By the way, the first line of this thing was supposed to be Kuzuki, but whatever. Was being fulfilled until now. Yikes. The witch collapses as if going to sleep. The purple robe falls. The robe without its wearer fades and disappears as if following her. Kuzuki does not even look at her. His attention is focused on the man above. The knight in red, who should be above me. I get a headache. It's not just because of abused protection. The muttered spell. The spell he said is smashing my brain with nausea. Trace on? That's what he said. He said the exact words of the spell that shouldn't be used by anyone but me. Archer comes down the stairs and stands in the temple. Tosaka's watching him with surprise. Archer? I thought so, but it's true? Archer does not answer. He's only watching his enemy, Kuzuki. Treacherous fiend, huh? You were going for this from the start, Archer. Yeah, but it's more like the Trojan horse. I had to defeat the Greek hero, so this is more appropriate as a comparison. Archer shows no guilt, even though he has betrayed Caster in front of us. I see. I guess it was Caster's mistake for drawing in a guy like you. Kuzuki does not change his tone, even in front of a betrayer. He still has the will to fight. He's not a mage, and he has lost Caster, but he has the will to continue fighting. He readies himself. As Caster's gone, Kuzuki's strength must have dropped substantially. His sneak is still there, but Caster's strengthening that made his fist into steel is gone. But still, Kuzuki faces Archer like before. I see. I will not stop you if you want to continue. Archer readies his twin swords. Their duel has begun. What? Is that alright? Is that allowed? Kuzuki said he has no interest in the Holy Grail. A master in name only, he merely went along with Caster. Then there's no reason for him to fight now that Caster's gone. Hold on, why are you continuing, Kuzuki? You were only doing as Caster told you. She's gone now, so there's really no reason to fight anymore. I glare at them, gritting my teeth against the pain. Kuzuki narrows his eyes for a bit. Right. I do not have a reason to fight. Unlike you, I had no interest in the Holy Grail. Then... But this is something I have started. I cannot stop midway. That's it. It's all the reason he has. The battle starts. The battle should end in one blow. Even if Kuzuki has superhuman fighting abilities, he's fighting a servant. He can't match just by being superhuman. Even though this is called his battle, it's actually just disposal of the loser. The fate of the loser. This is the battle between masters, to kill and be killed. And that is the end they have to be ready for. One shouldn't fight at all if he can't accept that. But still. Big damn hero. What's wrong with stopping them if I can? Hit the button. If I could save him, is it wrong to prevent his death if I can? I don't care if I'm called soft-hearted. I know it's just hypocrisy. To defeat another master means killing them. We fought, prepared to kill each other. I know how unfair it is to stop him now, but still. I decided to fight so that I could save people. I can't ignore a life that can be saved. Stop. This match is settled. You guys don't... I suppress my headache and try to stop them. That instant, Kuzuki moves. What? Kuzuki must have been taken by my voice as a signal, as he rushes Archer in a flash and lashes out at his temple. Any ordinary man would have his skull crushed, but Archer does not dodge it. His head moves for the impact. The knight in red takes Kuzuki's blow and pierces Kuzuki Soichiro's chest at the same time. There's only silence. Nobody says anything, and I have nothing to say in any case. Kuzuki Soichiro is dead. He was silent until the very end, and he died in the path he chose without showing regret or hope. I have a headache. Is it my magic circuit compressing my nerves? Or can I not forgive Archer for killing Kuzuki? Or am I pissed at myself for not having the right to say anything to him? I can't tell. My whole headache only gets worse. turn around at the sound. With Caster's disappearance, the bonds must have broken. Saber's on the floor in front of the altar. Saber painfully breathes on the floor. That makes me forget about my headache. Saber! I run to her. Even this short distance is an annoyance. Shiro. She raises her head. Saber sighs in relief as she sees me run to her and... Huh? She tackles me with her shoulders and pushes me away. She pushes me forcefully to the side. My body flies for a few meters and lands on the ground. Gah! I land on my back. A lot of that going around. I shake my confused head and look up. At that instant, I hear steel hitting steel. I should change that over dress. What? Saber's there, fully armored, and numerous swords lie on the floor right where I was standing before Saber tackled me. He's really letting it all out, huh? Damn, I missed. He says in a bored voice, facing Saber. Saber, who can barely keep her body standing, glares at Archer. I don't even know. I need to ask why she's glaring at him. He shot those swords from behind to kill me. Saber saw that and instantly pushed me away. Tosaka watches him in astonishment. Saber readies her sword while breathing heavily. Their situations are different, but they both have wonder in their eyes. Why is Archer trying to kill Emi Ashiro when Caster's dead already? The only calm ones are Archer and I. It's not that surprising. We hated each other from the start. We opposed each other, unable to get along. I don't know why, but I just can't approve of him. The reason behind it is that, if that is really the reason for us not being able to approve of each other, it's natural for him to want to kill me. I get up. Saber must have been desperate. She tackled me without holding back, so I can't really breathe properly. That just makes me more determined. This is all she could manage when she tackled me with all her might. She doesn't have enough power left to even fight me. It's suicidal for her to confront Archer in such a state. Archer, what are you doing? Tosaka draws near Archer. It's natural. Archer switched to Caster's side to attack her by surprise. Now that it succeeded, there's no reason for him to attack me. The acting's over, right? We beat Caster, so I won't let you do anything selfish now. Let me? I don't get it. Why do I have to ask for your permission? It's not like you're my master or anything. Archer? Our contract has ended. I am free now. Do you think it'll subject myself to human control? After staring up at the night in astonishment, Tosaka grasps the sudden realization. No way. Archer? I will act to achieve my objective. But it is troublesome to have you around. Tosaka jumps back. She gets away from Archer and tries to run towards me, who's still on my knees, and her movements is stopped cold. A swarm of swords about 2 meters high. They pierce the ground, drawing a circle and become a circular prison. It's a circle big enough for one person to fit in, and Tosaka is trapped inside. I will not let you interfere after I've come this far. Our contract has ended, so the binding of the command spell does not exist anymore. That is the only reason I sided with Caster. I needed to break the contract and nullify the command spell. Turning his back to the imprisoned Tosaka, Archer starts to walk. Not towards Saber, but towards me, still on my knees. I thought so. But why, Archer? Oh, sorry. I thought so, but why, Archer? Do you still want to kill Shiro? Yeah, I will kill Emiya Shiro with my own hands. This is the only wish I have after being reduced to a guardian. What? Power returns to Saber's body. She musters her strength and moves between Archer and me. Acha, do not tell me you are... Yeah, you asked me once, right? Whether I had pride as a hero or not? Of course not. I cannot have such a thing. Only regret fills my mind. Saber, I shouldn't have become a hero. The aggression fades from Saber. What did she figure out? Her enmity towards Archer is gone. That's it. Step back, King of Knights. It'll disappear right away if you act recklessly when you don't have a master. Emiya Shiro does not have his rights as a master. Your wish cannot be granted even if you support him. I cannot do that. Even if he is not a master, our contract will not go away. I have sworn to protect him and to be his sword. He knew nothing about the Holy Grail War, but he responded to my oath. I cannot betray his trust. She readies her invisible sword. But I don't see the usual valor or strength in her stance. I see. Then you can die here, along with the fake master. Twin swords appear in Archer's hands. Saber can't even take those swords right now. You idiot! Run, Saber! I get up and reach for Saber. Did she do it to get away from my reach? Ha! Saber pulls herself together and kicks the ground and charges at Archer. The battle ends after a few blows. Saber, the one who overwhelmed Archer before, falls to her knees, unable to stand even for a few seconds. The sword isn't even in Saber's hands now. After resisting Caster's command spell for so long, she has no magical energy left. Unable to even breathe, she puts her hands on the floor, desperately trying to hold her disappearing body together. Archer raises his swords. The twin swords are swung down onto Saber, and... Ah! I jump in from the side and stop him using all my might. I could have done a better one, but it's very late. People are trying to sleep. I ready my twin swords. I hold the instantly projected weapons and glare at the knight in red. I thought you'd stay quiet for a bit longer, but I guess you cannot bear having a woman killed in front of you. Shut up! I'm the one you want to kill. Fight the right opponent. I confront him. We both have twin swords in our hands. Our physiques are different, but our stances are the same in every regard. Is it real if imitation goes that far? But can your body withstand that magic? A sneering voice. My limit is near, as he says. My headache doesn't stop, and my magic circuit has its limiter full from the projection magic. From all the projection magic. My brain will explode before I get slashed if I fight him while retaining the image of the twin swords. I warned you before. I told you that you cannot use projection magic beyond your powers. No, a magic beyond your powers will destroy your body. You are now paying the price for the magic that keeps you alive, Emiya Shiro. Archer charges in. Shut up, damn it! To that, I frantically move my swords as if slashing my headache away. I swing my arms. My techniques are all a copy of my enemy's. My weapon is copied from and my technique is copied. Therefore, I cannot match him. I couldn't match him even if I were in top condition. An imitation can get close to the original, but never surpass it. I could not match this man from the start. The man told me to drown in my ideals and die. The man said that my life is a false life. I could not object to those words because he was my ideal. A power to make the impossible possible. An existence that saved many people and became a heroic spirit. It was I who wanted to become such a person. That's why I can't match him. The man in front of me is the end of that road. He is my ideal, becoming strong to save people. So... Yeah. My sword shattered. I was able to block his attacks, but my twin swords disappeared. I can't stay conscious. My body's hurt, but my insides are bleeding and about to give out. Do you understand now? That is the limit of Emiya Shiro. It is an appropriate end for a guy who kept pushing himself, right? He raises his sword. As I try to figure out with my dazed mind if the sword will come down from the right or the left. Okay. I announce, thy body shall be under my command. My fate shall be determined by thy sword. Follow the call of the Holy Grail, if thou wouldst obey this mind and for this reason. Oh. Interesting. Okay, fine. I'll redo this. I don't like to do that, but I messed up on that one. Like big. I announce, thy body shall be under my command. My fate shall be determined by thy sword. I thought it was someone else. Follow the call of the Holy Grail. If thou wouldst obey this mind and this reason. That must have caught his attention. The sword slows down a bit. If that's the case... I can dodge you with my body like this. I roll onto the floor and get away. Damn! Archer clenches his teeth but looks at Saber instead of pursuing me. Obey me! Then I shall entrust my fate to your sword! Tusaka reaches out towards Saber from within the prison of swords. Saber runs to her using her last power and... I will accept your oath under the name of Saber. I shall accept you as my master, Rin. A contract that should have originally been made. Saber finally obtains a master that is appropriate for her. Ooh, no. Violent wind rages. She must have gotten back her true powers by obtaining a true master. Saber is unlike anything she was before. What? I'm not the only one that gasped. Even Archer is fascinated. Rising swirls of magical energy and armor that can never be damaged. There seems to be no end to this overwhelming power. This is Saber, the heroic spirit of the sword, said to be the strongest servant. Damn, I was going to let her make a contract with Rin, but the order's getting messed up. Archer murmurs while looking at Saber. He must not have enough to spare to pay attention to me now. So what will you do now, Saber? Since you have made a contract with Rin, you truly have no connection with Emiya Shiro now. I believe I told you, Archer. My oath with Shiro will never go away. Saber's firm. Archer clucks his tongue and grips his twin swords again. Rather, what are you going to be doing now, Archer? I will stop you with all my might if you try to kill Shiro. Now will be the time to rethink. You do not think you have a chance to win against me now, correct? Saber's warning is true. Saber would not lose even to Berserker now. No matter who he may be, Archer cannot match Saber. He should know that more than anyone, but... Ha! How can you be so confident when all you got back is some magical energy? Archer charges. Their weapons clash. Archer charges into Saber like a red bullet and attacks her with all his might. Saber receives the blow like nothing. Neither the size difference nor Archer's momentum matter. Saber repels Archer's swords without flinching. Archer, the one who attacked, is the one who retreats. The attack made with all his strength. A blow that should not need to be repeated is... Not only is it blocked, but his body loses balance as well. Archer steps back. There. Saber's sword attacks him like surging waves of a raging fire. Archer can only defend against her attacks. Saber's sword will kill him if he tries to counter. No. First of all, he does not have anything to spare for a counterattack. The only resistance Archer is allowed is to block Saber's attack until he runs out of energy. And that should not take long. The magical energy in Saber's sword scrapes away Concho and Byakuya with each attack. The twin swords cannot take anymore, and Archer's arms should be powerless by now. The match is settled rather quickly. Archer falls to one knee, unable to stand against Saber's assault. Saber swings down her sword as if to finish him off. Archer blocks it by crossing his twin swords in front of him. The battle is at an end. Even though he blocks Saber's blow, Archer cannot move. Saber's sword will split his head in two if he loosens his power on the twin sword. Archer puts his power in his arms to stop Saber's blow. Sweat forms on his forehead and he's breathing hard. In contrast, Saber's breathing is normal. It's impossible for Archer to beat Saber in hand-to-hand combat. This is it, Archer. It may have been different if you were in perfect condition, but you cannot fight on your own with your depleted strength. You were worried about me earlier, but that goes the same for you. Oh, you were worried about me earlier, but that goes the same for you. You should have Oh, okay. I was with the first time. You were worried about me earlier, but that goes the same for you. You should have no magical energy since you used that many noble phantasms to defeat Caster. Furthermore, you do not have a master to keep you in this world. What can you do when you have no supply of magical energy? That's a needless worry, Saber. Servant Archer has the ability to remain, even after the master is gone. I should be able to stay in this world for 2 days even without a master. That's enough time for me to kill that kid! Ridiculous! Are you still talking about such a thing? Are you saying your wish is not on the Grail, but to kill Shiro? Archer doesn't need an answer. His cold eyes stare at the troubled Saber. How can it be? Archer, your wish is a mistake. Why? Why do you wish for such an end? Even if you do so, you will not be saved. Saber bites her lips and stops herself from saying so. I'm mistaken, huh? The muscles on Archer's arms bulge. He looks at Saber once. That's my line, Saber. How long are you going to hold on to that foolish wish of yours? He says so with eyes staring far away. Archer. Saber's sword loosens up. Using that opening, Archer gets up and kicks Saber with his freed leg. Even though she's knocked back, Saber lands gracefully. The situation hasn't changed at all. Saber's protecting me and facing Archer, who has Tosaka trapped in a cage of swords behind him. The distance between them is 5 meters again. I knew it, but I can't match you in sword techniques, huh? The twin swords disappear, and he confronts Saber unarmed. Acha, does that mean you will give up now? Of course not. You're misunderstanding me. I'm Archer. I'm not someone who fights using a sword to begin with. With those words, I am the bone of my sword. He begins the spell in a voice I can't hear. Stop! Archer! I do not... Saber, someone will eventually appear to release you. It does not seem like it is this time, and I'll probably have a connection with you again next time. Unknown to death, nor known to life. The spell echoes through the temple. There's no change. A long spell like that should affect the surroundings. Magic influences the world, but a spell doesn't affect the world, but instead... But that is still far off. Right now, my objective is to kill Emiya Shiro. If you are going to try and stop me, I will not hold back, I will not hold back against you, even in this world. He raises his left arm. Does that complete his spell? Unlimited blade works. He clearly speaks out and changes the world. Fire runs. It runs across the floor and looks like a white line. Is the surrounding fire a boundary line? The color of fire fills my vision and paints the temple. After that, my surroundings are replaced by this strange world. Pain fills my brain. I can tell. I understand what this magic is. What this absurdity is. I shouldn't be able to understand, but I can tell what this is whether I want to or not. And that makes my brain boil. In short, this is a steel manufacturing factory. Burning fire and turning cogwheels. A field of swords without owners extends to the horizon of the desert. All the swords in the ground are famous. Kancho and Bakia originally came from this world. An almost infinite projection of weapons. Innumerable weapons make this place seem like a waste yard. The Knight in Red reigns at the center of this kingdom of rubble. This is the confused voice of Sabers. Inside the illusory fire that is not even hot, she watches the knight in blank amazement. Reality marble. A great forbidden magic that puts form to the user's mind and violates reality. So you're not a swordsman, nor an archer, but... Yeah, I was a mage before I became a heroic spirit. Tosaka sounds disinterested. Could it be... Did she already know Archer's true identity? Then Archer, your noble phantasm is... I have no such thing. I did not wield any holy swords or demonic swords. The only thing I have is this world. If a noble phantasm is the symbol of heroic spirit, this reality marble is my noble phantasm. I can reproduce and store any weapon that I see the original of. This is my ability as a heroic spirit. Saber gasps. She looks with blank amazement at the extending graveyard of swords in the desert. The ashen sky and the steel wasteland, devoid of all life. This is your world, Archer? Yes. I do not mind if you would like to test it out. I shall reproduce that holy sword of yours. My holy sword? Are you saying that knowing its true identity? Archer? Of course. A weapon of such rank cannot be perfectly reproduced, but I can get it close. What will happen in that case? Will the people around us survive when the two holy swords clash? What? Archer, you... Yes. Do not use your holy sword, Saber. I will have to oppose you if you do so. In that case, the ones to disappear would not be us, but the people around us. Knowing you, you'd protect that kid at the cost of your own life. Even I'll die if I project the holy sword. In that case, only Emiya Shiro would survive. It would be pointless. Archer raises his left arm. The swords behind him float up, one by one. Do not oppose it. You should not die instantly if you're lucky. You can have your master heal you after it's all over. Archer points to Saber. The numerous swords point towards Saber. All of these weapons are sure to kill. You can dodge them, but in this case, give up on the kid behind you. And he gives the command. The numerous swords are shot. Saber doesn't move. She confronts them, intending to deflect all the weapons using her sword, even prepare for her own death. There's the spear right there. Trace on! I can't think because of my headache. My magic circuit can only handle one more projection. My insides are burned up and almost melted. But such concerns vanished when I saw this world. Before I realized it, I've jumped up, run to Saber, and I'm glaring at the annoying swords. Shiro, no, quickly! I don't care. For now, the oncoming 18 swords. Analysis of all of them cannot be completed with my eyes alone, so my senses run wild and go past the fastest speed. Go faster and faster and faster and faster. They approach. Something like a cocking hammer goes down on my head. Don't! I stick out my left arm. I have no doubts. I've copied him so many times. If there's nothing wrong with the theory. Be ridiculous, damn it! There's no way I can't reproduce the rain of swords in front of me. Oh man, it's all falling apart. What happened? Broken pieces fly around. When I open my eyes, his reality marble has disappeared. The only things there are the broken pieces of sword and... I flush nauseous. My organs have come up to my throat. After glaring at me in disgust. Hey, Archer, you... He takes out Tosaka from the cage of swords and restrains her. Tosaka struggles to get away from Archer. Huh? What did he do? Archer places his hand on top of Tosaka's neck and renders her unconscious. And he leaves the temple. With Tosaka in his arms, Archer jumps to the stairs leading up. Where are you going, Archer? To a place where there won't be any intrusions. I'm out of magical energy as well. I don't have enough power to defeat both of you. Are you taking Rin as a hostage? No. She's in exchange. As long as I have her, that kid has to come after me. But more importantly, Rin's your master now. Even if you want to protect that kid, you should not be able to put his life over your master's. I bear my nausea. I strain my fainting mind and listen to what he has to say. The outskirts, and I say so with a shaking throat, not even able to look up. What? I said the forest and the outskirts of the town. There's an empty castle there. We won't cause much trouble for anyone there. Shiro? You want to complain to me, right? Fine, I'll listen. Oh, you want to complain to me, right? Fine, I'll listen. I also have complaints against you. My vision flickers. Even as I speak, I feel sick, as if in another dimension. Forest outside the city. I see. The Einsburn Castle is there. There certainly should be no interruptions there. That's a good determination, Emiya Shiro. Shut up! But I don't want to hear meaningless things. If I do hear them, I won't be able to hold back this nausea, and I might vomit out my organs. Do something to Tosaka before then, and I'll kill you with Saber for sure. I make this oath. I violently scratch my forehead, tearing off the skin in an attempt to silence my headache. Alright. I shall guarantee a day of her safety in deference to my specification of this place. But hurry. I don't have time, as I have no master. My body should not last 2 more days. I might kill my hostage out of anger if I cannot kill you in that time. Leaving an annoying laugh, Archer disappears. I slump to the floor, unable to keep my eyes on him. Shiro, it is too early for you to use the same projection as Archer's. An arm comes and supports me as I start to fall. I'm sorry, Saber. He got Tosaka. I suppress my headache and manage to get up. Shiro, that is fine. Rin is safe. Archer should not do anything to Rin. You are in more of a danger right now. You should leave Rin to me and rest at your place. No. I don't have such time. I try to finish, but I start to faint. Damn! Why did I get so pain? I didn't never faint in the other one. Can't even complain, huh? I'll listen to you later. I will take you to your house for now. That is fine, right? Hey, wait. I don't even get to object. Saber supports me and starts to walk up the stairs. And then I pass out. The sky is still gray. We leave the now empty church. Ah, you guys are done, huh? Then, I see a familiar spearman in front of me. Saber glares at him while supporting me. Saber's so tense she might slash him if he takes another step. No, you're mistaken, Saber. He helped us. Huh? Did Lanza help you, Shiro? Yeah. Don't fight him now, if possible. Saber stares at Lancer in astonishment. It seems he's enjoying Saber's reaction. I understand, but why Lanza? Are you conspiring? Huh? Oh, what are you, stupid? Of course I'm conspiring. I won't help someone unless I'm plotting something secretly. Huh. I knew he was that kind of guy, but he's thorough as he's making fun of Saber as well. What's so funny, Shiro? Was I laughing? Yes, you were. I guess I am mistaken. It seems I do not need to support you if you are well enough to laugh. Saber's mad. It's bad, but I'm kind of relieved. Saber's just like before. Our connection is lost, but she's here, just like before. Then, what's there to regret? Sorry, I guess I let my guard down. That's not the time, right? No, we should rest for now, even if we have to rescue Rin. Lancer, I do not know what your intention is, but your job should be over. Leave now. I will not fight you here. Saber goes down to the clearing. Hey, everything went well. Or, I guess not. What happened, kid? Archer took Tosaka. We're gonna rescue her. Suppressing my dizziness, I meet his gaze and answer him. What? Hold on, what's going on? I'm sorry, but I don't have the energy left. I'm not able to explain such a long story. I should go home and... Ancha's objective is to kill Shiro. He has abducted my master, Rin, and has requested a one-on-one fight with Shiro if we want her back. Her life will not be guaranteed unless we go to him within a day. Well, helps me out if he could do the explaining, but it does nothing to explain the situation to Lancer. Damn, he really did it this time. Then, takes off his friendly face and grits his teeth. Lancer? So what, he betrayed the young lady not only once, but twice? Yes, that would be the case. What about it? This ain't the time for that. Damn, changed my mind. This is the only help I was going to offer, but let me help you a little bit longer. I won't be able to have peace of mind like this. Having said this, Lancer starts walking. Saber watches Lancer silently. I understand how she feels. He's saying that he'll come with us. I say, what kind of magic did you two use on him to get him on your side? Saber sounds more shocked than amazed. Unfortunately, I don't really have the energy to reply, as my wounds are starting to hurt again. No, first of all, I'm the one who wants to ask that question. Just a little bit longer. Interlude 14:3. And I recall his dream. The memory of the guy that was set up as a hero. The story of a knight whose end came at a place I can't reach. The hill is his world. This desolate land where that man who kept on fighting for others obtained. I guess he smiled and died in satisfaction on this place. He's seriously stupid. That's right. Just makes me mad. He tried his best, worked hard even though he's an ordinary person, and finally obtained a miracle with his blood. Then it'll be a lie unless he becomes happy. If he made many people happy, he should become happier than all those people combined. But he did not receive such a reward. What he obtained in its place was the fate to be summoned as a guardian after his death. That's right. Why didn't I realize that simple fact? The guardians are summoned into every age, the God of Guardians. Doesn't that conversely mean that they're summoned from every age? From the present and the past. Heroic spirits can even be summoned from the future. Not really. Since guardians are pushed into a seat away from the time axis, the concept of time does not exist for them. The throne. As soon as one becomes a heroic spirit, they sublimate into something other than That's weird. That phrasing is weird. Something other than what they used to be when they were human. Then, it is possible for a guardian to be summoned into the place and age they lived when they were alive. It's vexing when I think about it. It's because neither of them is saved. The one that watches his previous self. The one that watches his eventual self. They will both be hurt by the gulf between them. I know the end of this big idiot who tried to help others. He became a guardian by choice. He thought that it would be great if he could keep saving people even after he died. He could not save people when he was alive because he was powerless. Believed he could avert every tragedy as a heroic spirit. Thinking so, he made a contract with the world, gave his body after his death, and saved 100 or so people. He believed that he would be able to save more, tens of thousands of people after his death. But such hope was betrayed. Heroic spirits are summoned only into hell. They appear only when the world is about to be destroyed by people. Humans are beings that will perish from their own doings. So the process of destruction must always be the same. He was summoned only into these hells. In the land of death, where the ones he wanted to save were already dead, he killed even more humans. The boy who stated he just doesn't want to see anyone cry could only see crying humans forever. There's only one thing I can say. He's been betrayed by many things, and in the end, he's betrayed by the only thing he believed in, his ideal. It's a pretty raw deal. I am the bone of my sword. Steel is my body, and fire is my blood. I have created over 1,000 blades, unknown to death, nor known to life. Have withstood pain to create many weapons, yet these hands will never hold anything. So, as I pray, unlimited blade works. That is the only spell given to him. What is that? I'm so mad that I want to hit him and scold him. I, Tosaka Rin, have never had any hardships in my life. So I might not have the right to say it, but I believe in working hard and going through pain. It's wrong not to be compensated for your fights. That's why I am angry at his uncompensated life. And most of all, I can't leave him because he ended up cursing his life. You're my servant, so I'm only going to do what I believe is right. I'm not as loose as Emiyashiro, but I do have some things I cannot give up. I won't give up, no matter who's telling me so. That's right. That's why I decided that as long as I'm his master, I will believe in my path like he used to do. That's about all I can do to show him. The only way I can repay him. It might have been meaningless, but still. I do it so that Archer, the one who has lost his own past, can realize that his life was something he can be proud of. The first things I notice after I wake up are the sensations in my limbs. They hurt, and I cannot move them. I'm tied up. I'm sitting on a chair and slept in a bad position. I don't want to admit it, but this is the worst possible situation. I can't do anything. My hands are behind the chair and restrained by something like handcuffs. It goes the same for my legs, and I can't even stand up. The handcuffs and the shackles are magic resistance, and my magic circuit is so messed up that I can't even create magical energy. Now that I've checked my situation, I survey my surroundings. It's cold. The room is made of stone, has no heater, and it's a ruin that hasn't been used in a while. It's dark outside the window. From the looks of it, I think it's around 10 o'clock at night. So, what do you intend to do, Archer? I glare right into the darkness. By the pillar. The knight in red is sitting on a pile of rubble. It's nothing. You're just bait to lure out Emiya Shiro. You should know that. Shiro would come even if I wasn't here. You should know that. You're right. But it would be inconvenient if you're there with us. I'll have you stay quiet here until the matter is settled. Archer says so without appearing in front of me. There's no sign of his previous friendliness. He's a calm cleaner now. You see? So you'll kill Shiro no matter what? Yeah. Such a soft person should die. He answers as a matter of course. I can only see the shadowed side of his face from here. His expression is cold, and he looks like he has a mask on. That makes me really angry. I know without being told that Shiro's soft. I breathe in. It'll end once I say this. My Archer will never return once I say this. I take a breath and glare at the guy in the shadows. But I love that soft part of him. He should be like that. I'm saved by having a guy like him. But what about you? But what about you? You went so far, but do you think that holding a selfish ideal is wrong? You fought over and over for other people. You got betrayed over and over, and you were forced to clean up after them over and over. Were you disgusted with humans after that, Archer? I get even more angry as I speak, and I'm screaming it out now. Archer doesn't answer. The face in the shadow is a face I've never seen before. Interlude out. You cannot save everyone. When I heard this from the man I believed could save anyone, I felt resistance. Look, Shiro. A superhero can only save the people he has sided with. I didn't like those words either. I didn't want a superhero himself to say those things. Since that time, Emiya Shiro's whole life may have been focused on overturning those words. There's no need for sacrifices. Nobody will get hurt if you work hard and do your best. My father should have yearned for that as well. So, yeah, I'm relieved. I can't look away from his last moment. Tosaka told me such a life is unnatural. I know. I realized that a long time ago. There's no world where nobody gets hurt. Nor can one seek happiness without hurting others. Such a utopia does not exist anywhere in this world. Emiya Shiro's search for superheroism is just hypocrisy. There's nothing at the end of helping people. So, I know that without being told. It is a false life that can save neither yourself nor others. Yeah. Even if it may be true, I won't let you say it. I don't care if anyone other than him denies it. But I won't let him say it. We have the same beginnings, even if I may eventually become like him. No. All the more if that's the case. That's why I have to deny him. As he does not approve of the former Emiya Shiro, I will not approve of him as long as I exist. Even if this dream may be a distorted one. If I have believed in it, and if I'm going to believe in it, I wake up. I look at the clock right away and see it's 11 o'clock right now. It's actually 12, but still. Are you awake, Shiro? Sitting Japanese style, Saber greets me in a calm voice. It's been half a day since I came home from the church. She must have watched over me since I fainted. Yeah, I'm awake. My body's fine. I'm not really tired and my headache's gone. I got it from the futon. My limbs are fine now. The magic circuit I overused is still exhausted, but it hasn't burned up. Are you going, Shiro? Saber suddenly asks. The answer is obvious, so I silently nod back. I see. Then I shall go with you. But Shiro, Rin is my master, so it is my role to save her. I will not stop Archer, so... No, you've got it backwards, Saber. I'll fight Archer. I interrupt Saber. She looks at me uneasily. No, Shiro. Archer is your... She hesitates to finish her sentence. I know. I've probably known who he was from the first time I met him. I've opposed him without reason from the first time we met. I stubbornly hated him, thinking that I could not approve of him. It's natural. People can only look away when faced with their own mistakes. Yeah, but that's why I can't approve of him. I have to settle my score with him. I stand up. My body feels great. There's only half a day until the deadline. I can't spend any more time resting. Shiro, I don't have any right to say this, but please, Saber. I'll fight Archer. Don't help me, no matter what happens. I bow as I ask Saber. There's no need to act like that, Shiro. I shall obey if that is your wish. I have sworn to be your shield. I shall observe your fate until the very end. Her answer is perfect. Her clear voice sweeps away the uneasiness within me. Thank you. It's reassuring to know you'll be watching me. Yes, I'm glad that you're like that, Shiro. She smiles back. We're prepared for departure now. We leave my house. Who would have thought I'd go to that castle again? Hey, you guys aren't listening to me, right? Huh? What? We both turn around. Oh, shit. Oh. Come to think of it, Lancer was still here. Oh, you have more free time than I thought, huh? Just slips out. Oh. Oh, you have more free time than I thought, huh? He must be self-conscious as he doesn't try to retort. Lancer, I do not know what you are planning, but there is nothing to gain from following us. Archer is a servant without a master. I do not think your master would want to defeat such a person. I know. I have no intention of fighting Archer. You can rest assured that I won't butt in on the fight. Then why are you going to come with us? If you want to settle the match with me, I can do it right here. No, I'll pass on that. I have no intention of fighting against your master. Rather, I want to sell her some favors. I want her to be in debt to me. Saber glares at Lancer, and Lancer ignores her. Okay, do as you wish. We can use all the help we can get in saving okay, do as you wish. We can use all the help we can get in saving Tosaka. Shiro, Lancer's an enemy. You cannot make such a rash decision. It should be alright. He's twisted, but he won't lie. First of all, he's not the sneaky type. He'd come fight us straight on before he would try to trick us. That is true, but... Well, I'll turn him down if he doesn't want to, but he'll follow us even if we let him be. So it's easier for us to have him near us when we keep on, where he... So isn't it easier for us to have him near us where he can keep watch? You're getting better at making excuses, Shiro. Well, a lot has happened. Well, that's it, Lancer. We won't concern ourselves with you. And don't bother us. Let's go together if that's fine with you. I like that Saber's adopted Taiga's like weird arm flappy pose. I say to the guy watching us with a smile. Good enough. Wow, you guys are a great combination. Saber's stubborn, and I'm glad you're more mature now. So I'm glad you're more mature now. That is not true. Shiro's the stubborn one. You do not know how much trouble I have been through. What? You gonna tell me if I ask? Fine. We got some time until we get to the castle. Let's entertain ourselves on the road with your stories. Why do I need to explain such a thing to you? You have nothing to do with this. Saber roars at Lancer. Wow. I guess Saber doesn't get along well with Lancer. But I never thought Saber would get angry like Tosaka. Oh well. Let's get going. We don't have the time to be playing around. We have to go to the castle quickly as possible. I leave the two and start walking. Shiro! I'm not playing around! She must still be mad as she yells at me. Lancer follows us from a distance. I think that's the best expression anybody here has. It's at midnight now. Yeah, it is. I know how far from the castle is from here. We should make it in time. We'll probably get there around dawn. We start to walk to the masterless old castle. And that is the end of the day. And that is the end of this video. Oh, that was cool. There was a lot of really cool and interesting things happening. Archer seems to be taking a page out of Gilgamesh's book, not only with his fighting style, but also in the bonus boss kind of territory. But that's stuff for another night. Hope you guys have a wonderful and lovely rest of your week, and have a good week coming up. But we'll see you then, won't we? Take care now.